moving on to 4-5 today. We just got a couple more sections left in chapter 4, but they're intense, so you want to make sure that you come with your mind open and that you are getting the stuff done that you need to get done. We're going to be writing functions. When I mean writing functions, it just really means writing an equation. That's all it means. A function is an equation. Write that down so you know that it's similar. They're congruent. They're equal statements. Your learning target today, you can write equations for various word problems. You can write equations for various word problems. So some vocab words that you need when you create an equation. You need to know whether you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. I have the word wall over there you can use, but these 3 words are the most common as 8th graders. Is means equals. Anytime you see the word is, it means equals. Per, you multiply. Like if we all had 2 animals per household and there's 5 people, how many animals are there? It'd be 2 times 5. Okay? And each is also a multiply. Per represents a rate most of the time. So we just jump right in. We're going to write a function rule for the following word problems. 5 less than the product of 6 and x is 32. 5 less than, well that tells me right away I do something minus 5. I'm going to go something minus 5 is 32. Write that down. Box minus 5 is 32. So I had the 5 less than, and I had the is 32. This is the product of 6 and x. What does that mean? Multiply, right? So 6x minus 5 is equal to 32. Next one, 2 more than the quotient of x and 3 is negative 5. 2 more than the quotient x and 3 is negative 5. 2 more, that's plus, right? 2 more than the quotient of x and 3. What does quotient mean? Divide. How do we represent division? Fraction bar. So I say the quotient of x and 3 plus 2, because 2 more than it, is negative 5. And then you're going to be asked to write it and then solve it. So to solve it, I would subtract 2 and then multiply by 3. Here I would add 5 and then divide by 6. The product of 5 and the sum of x and 9 is 90. So what does product tell me? Times. So it's 5, the product of 5 and all of this. So when you are timesing by quantity, you do parentheses. The product of 5 and the sum of x and 9, that means add, is 90. So I would distribute and solve. Write it down there. Okay. Okay. We're gonna start creating equations from word problems. So we're gonna take what we did the previous page, making equations given the symbolic words or direct equation, and then we're gonna dissect it and figure out what we would do for an actual word problem that's telling us a story. Okay. You're going to have y is equal to something times x plus something. Okay? This, what goes in front of the x is a rate. Because remember, rate means multiply. So you're going to have like $5 a day, $2 an hour. It's a thing that varies. And then this is going to be the initial cost, or initial amount, we'll say, because it's not always cost. So we'll say initial amount. So y is equal to a rate plus, times x plus some kind of initial amount. They will all look that way. All of them will look that way. So right away, before I even start a word problem, I can do this. Y equals something times x plus something. So a kennel charges $15 per day to board dogs. Upon arrival, each dog must have a flea bath that costs $12. Write an equation to see how much it would cost if a dog stayed for 8 days. So what is my rate? My daily $15 or the flea bath? Which one's the rate? The $15 per day. So that's my rate. That's going to go here. $15 times x. Plus an initial amount. What's my initial amount? The 12, the flea bath. There it is. And then to figure out how much money I'm going to spend if my dog is there for 8 days, I'm going to say, okay, well, y is equal to 15 times the 8 days I'm there plus the flea bath I have to give it. 15 times 8 is 120 plus 12, $132 for my dog to be there. Okay. So all these equations, remember, it's always like this. Y is equal to a rate times x plus an initial amount. Rate times x plus some kind of initial amount. So we are in a cave. It's 30 feet below ground. We're descending. Does descending mean going up or down? Down, so that's a negative. We are descending at a rate of 9 feet per minute. Write an equation to find out how many feet we are below ground after 25 minutes. So this one's my rate. What's my rate? 9 feet per minute, so I say 9. 9 is my rate. What's my initial amount? 30 feet below. Oh, wait, I'm descending. This should be negative 9, shouldn't it? Silly me. This should be negative 9. You're going down 9 feet every minute. Okay? And I'm 30 feet below, so how should I represent that? Negative 30. Okay, so it looks kind of ugly here because of my boxes, but the boxes just helped me out when I first started these. So this is really what my equation looks like. Plus a negative 30, which would just be minus 30, right? And now I say, okay, after 25 minutes, how far below ground am I? So I go negative 9 times 25. Take the 30 feet away that I was already below 30 feet. And that was negative 225 minus 30, which is negative 255. But we don't answer it like that. We don't say negative 255. You say 255 below, because this is all real world problems. Okay? Below what? Below the ground. Below ground. Below something. Okay? I want you to try to do this next one. You are in Chicago getting a cab that charges $1.75 per mile. The flat fee is $10. How much will you pay if you go 7 miles? Okay, so I want you to set up the equation and then we'll go. Okay, so we are in Chicago getting a cab that charges $1.75 per mile. So it's each mile I have to pay $1.75. That's a rate. And a flat fee of $10. That means no matter what, I have to pay $10. So this is an initial. How much are we going to pay if we go 7? So with today's homework, you have to write the original equation. I have to see x in there no matter what. So You're going to go y is equal to something times x plus something. And this is my rate. My rate is $1.75. And my initial is 10. So I have to see that equation. And then the plug-in part. So it says how much would we pay for 7 miles? You would go $1.75 times 7 plus 10. Somebody did it. What is this? What's $1.75 times 7? 12.5? So 12.25 plus 10 is 22.25 to go 7 miles. And that's it.